Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After Dark podcast. We are your Ladders Down admin team. This is the podcast of streamers by streamers and for streamers where we tackle everyday topics related to Twitch and the art of broadcasting. I'd like to warn all of our admin teams and co-hosts to please unmute their microphones.
Already done.
All right.
They stayed muted a little bit longer than I would have guessed.
We've had a bit of a rough time getting the show started in the correct way, and I definitely didn't switch to the wrong scene before the intro video.
I didn't even
Everything
realize
is
you did
fine.
that.
I just quick wait,
like...
just called it, just never happened. Just dance, everything's fine.
Clip it.
Nope.
Clip
Nope. Yeah, welcome. It's episode 8, and we're gonna get started with some introductions here, just in case there's someone in the chat that might not know who the hell we are. Starting on the far left side of the stream with the Ladders Down fearless leader.
Hello, friends. It is me, your fish suit. Guys, this is episode 8, and so this is the episode where we all get locked in a freezer, and we just have flashbacks to other Ladders Down podcasts that we've done, like best moments.
Like a season finale?
Yeah, this is one of those episodes. So, welcome to the podcast, everybody. Appreciate everybody being here. Ladders Down, still popping, you guys. Every day, several times a day, I'm seeing new people enter the Discord, which is our home away from Twitch. So thank you guys for getting the word out and still talking about all of the everybody on their streams talking about Ladders Down, bringing new streamers in every single day. It's super, makes me feel, I don't know about you guys, but it makes me feel super good that we are still seeing new people every single day, because that's really what it's all about.
Absolutely.
I'm Gamer Heroine.
Short and sweet.
I'm Gamer Heroine.
Wait a minute, which one of you guys is Gamer Heroine?
That's a bunch of garbage. I am Waffle Cone, and if you're gonna be stuck in a freezer with some ice cream, who better to be stuck with than a Waffle Cone? Am I right?
Worse,
Am I right?
who worse to be stuck with? Waffle, we
Oh,
wouldn't
yeah,
get any
that's
ice
true.
cream.
I mean, it's not a good idea if you love ice cream as much as I do. Like, I don't buy candy. I don't buy chocolate. I'm not a sugar person. But ice cream, fatal
All
for me.
bets are
Like,
off.
I love it so much.
And
You will starve to death if you're locked in a freezer with me and ice cream.
my name is Novidice TV, and I prefer a waffle bowl.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, I think I can actually agree with that. Actually,
Yeah.
There you
Doesn't
go.
the bottom get too soggy though?
No, but I mean, you
No,
just
it's
eat the whole thing anyway, so
Chocolate dipped.
Got it.
chocolate dip's the way to go. Although I'm kind of an ice cream snob, so that's a whole nother topic for episode 9.
Let's
Where we
get
talk
into
about
it.
our actual
No
ice
dice.
cream. Real quick,
No
hold
dice
on.
hot takes on a cold treat.
Okay,
anyone know
frozen
what
yogurt
Furbies
is
is?
not ice cream. All right, frozen yogurt, get the f out of here, man.
That's true.
It's not ice cream. All right, and most of the time, if I'm gonna get ice cream, I go to a Cold Stone like a bougie loser. If it ain't all hand mixed in there, I'm not interested in it at all. But Cold Stone's having a hard time thanks to all the orange leaves and the frozen yogurt options. Like, you could put fruit in it. No, get out of here. I'm so sick of it, man. Frozen yogurt.
Strong opinions.
All right, we're gonna hear about this on tomorrow's.
I want to hear the cool.
GPP review.
The evil penguin Bob. Yeah, I need a hot take on my ice cream opinion. No dice doesn't know what he's talking about. Frozen yogurt's perfectly acceptable dessert. So, Fish Suit normally is the one who keeps us on the rails with Twitch focused topics. Do we have anything to start off the show, or should I just keep
do,
going?
and it's funny that you say Twitch focused topic, because this particular thing, we had a really great question, and it was such a great question. This was from our community member Barry Zan. If we can get a shout out there, Book Fairy. This was a question that kind of stumped us. It's something we hadn't really thought about before, and so we kind of did come together as admins, and we wanted to just kind of give our take on this. And it's certainly, I think we'd all agree that this decision could evolve eventually and change depending on circumstances. But basically, Barry uses a service in which he restreams to simultaneously to Twitch, to YouTube, to Mixer. I think that those might be the only 3 that he's using. But just quickly, as an affiliate, as all of us here are affiliates, that's actually specifically against terms of service
Yep.
for Twitch. Even partners and even affiliates aren't able to restream the same exact content to multiple platforms. But because Barry has chosen not to get affiliated with Twitch, he's actually able to restream to all these platforms. And of course, he's met a community just like we've all met people on Twitch. He's met people who are streaming on YouTube or are streaming on Mixer. And he asked, should I, bring these people into Ladders Down? So on the one hand, I think that the information in Ladders Down that we have on Ladders Down, the questions that are being asked are super relevant to people who are streaming on those other platforms too. If you're streaming on Mixer, you're probably having the same issues with community building and technical issues with your bots and things like that. You're all dealing with the same stuff. But like GH and No Dice, you guys kind of had the other part of this, which I think is more important really about kind of what we are as Ladders Down and how we want to sort of police ourselves in a way. So maybe you guys can talk about, because you guys basically, the first part we all agree on. Yeah, there's really good information in Ladders Down for everybody, but Dice, GH?
My biggest thing is that we as admins, all of us have chosen to kind of focus on the one platform. Obviously, we took our affiliation deals, and the good thing about the current state of Ladders Down, where it's all on the same platform, is it's easy for us to check out new members, police sort of the people that are coming in, making sure we don't have any like guys who slip through the cracks that could be potential troublemakers or drama llamas or anything like that. And my opinion, I think it would be great to take Ladders Down cross-platform, but we would almost need I described it as an ambassador.
Mm-hmm.
We would need someone who, like, let's say we wanted to extend Ladders Down to Mixer. Then we need someone who is just streaming on Mixer to kind of be a fifth administrative member, in my opinion, to kind of run that side of the community, because those are going to be different people. They're not going to have the same access as we do to the Twitch side of things. We need someone who could actually work as someone to build the Mixer side of Ladders Down and have that just be their focus, because I don't have time to watch another platform, right? It's hard enough for me to keep trying to keep up with all the new people that we're bringing in already. So if we were to go to Mixer or to YouTube gaming or Facebook gaming or anything else, I would want to have people in place who shared the values of this team right here and be able to extend that into the other platforms. I would want to have some leadership in place, I think, to keep an eye on all of it. That's my 2 cents.
The other part that kind of bothered me was since we don't have representation for YouTube and Mixer, like if there's specific troubleshooting problems, if there's specific cultural differences, we wouldn't be able, we're not knowledgeable enough as admins to supply any sort of help there. And that's kind of what we aim to do. That's what we're knowledgeable in, is we're trying to help people on Twitch. And so if we're not knowledgeable in YouTube and Mixer, I think we should pause that for now. It'd be a great way to expand in the future, though.
Yeah, and because we did talk on a previous show about how what Ladders Down serves as is sort of a gateway to networking. We also discussed what that term really means, which is really
I have tried my damnedest.
There's no other words. Ladders Down serves as a gateway. It's a hub for people to come in and decide who they want to be friends with, find communities to support each other. And the people that are focused on Mixer or YouTube are obviously going to want to network with people on those same platforms, right? So we would have to figure out a way to go about it to where it was beneficial, for people to come in and join.
Right.
So.
Beyond just like even I would say like a majority of the technical advice is probably going to be cross-platform, but you're right, GH, and some of the like the more, there is a different Mixer. It's just different. It's a different platform, and so there's some stuff that we definitely wouldn't understand. That's not to say that this is the permanent decision, though. If who knows, this is not the end all be all, no Mixer ever, because who knows what's going to happen. I mean, you can, as an affiliate, you can stream to Mixer. No Dice could have its Mixer Wednesday and head over there and just stream on
just
Mixer
not
on
at the
Wednesday.
same time, though.
You just can't stream it at the same time.
I think it's a hold for 24 hour. Yeah.
This channel's not affiliated We could stream.
Yeah,
We could stream the
We could-
podcast to Mixer.
we could.
There you go. Thinking outside the box.
Hey!
Think
All right,
outside
we're gonna
the
be back
people.
real quick. We'll get this set up. Now that's interesting, Darcy. I hadn't even really thought about that.
We could technically.
And actually, I think that you can. We should look more into this because I hesitate to give bad information, but so take this with a grain of salt. But I think that you could stream, for instance, No Dice. I know how much you love Minecraft. You could stream your Minecraft stream to Twitch in the morning, and then you could stream your Roblox stream, your usual Roblox stream at nighttime to Mixer. I'm pretty sure you could do that because it's different content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
if we were
be
to
wrong there.
go about this, like I mean, like we would have to, like I said, because I'd want whoever was going to focus on it to be like, I'm a Mixer streamer. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Someone who
be
really backs the
specialized.
platform. Yeah. So we'd have to do some searching. There's nothing wrong with us potentially trying to reach out to people.
No, absolutely. This is, like I said, this is the decision for now, but it's not the end all be all. Well, we will revisit.
Yeah.
Speaking of Twitch, you guys ever heard of this Twitch thing?
I've heard about Twitch.
It's pretty good. Twitch has made some changes recently, and then actually took back one of their changes that they made.
Did they bring communities back?
That would be
No,
nice.
great news though. There's these tags.
Beautiful tags that I never use.
Yeah, I never use them either.
So two changes Twitch made recently to some of UI and some of how chat works. The first thing that they changed and then changed back was the follow button area near the top of streams. So I really hated this change, and I'm happy that they reverted back. I don't mind them changing, but the way they did it was just really horrible. Basically, you would follow somebody and you could not. You couldn't really tell if you were following them or not. Like the way the buttons lit up and activated and acted, it was really just a bad UI change. So they did revert that back. But another one that actually remains in place is now you can click on in chat an emote for an affiliated or a partnered streamer and pull up information about where that emote comes from, the channel that it comes from, and also kind of this is the sticky point, whether that person is now currently live on the platform or not.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
how do we feel about this? Wafflecone, we haven't heard from you.
I mean, it opens up a very sneaky possibility for self-promotion, but you know, I still think I would have to put that in a gray area though. Like if somebody came into my chat and like started posting emotes or something and I realized it was like channel specific and I didn't really know the person either that was saying it or the person that like whose stream it was, I'd be like, you know, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? Unless like they just do nothing but spam like their or someone else's emotes, to be like, okay, click.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if it's like a one-off or something like that, I don't care. That's just me though, because we all use our own emotes in each other's streams and communities and stuff like that. So I feel like, especially if it's someone I know, or even if it's maybe someone I don't know, but they're using an emote from a channel that I do know, then I definitely don't care. But then, like I said, even just like a one-off of something I have no clue what it is, I'll be like, okay, technically I know people can click, but like honestly, it's the same as if somebody came in to your stream and was like, hey guys, I just started streaming, or hey guys, I've got a great stream, come over and check me out, and post a link. Like, yeah, there might be some people that go and check that out, but I would venture to say that probably less than 0.5%, if not much less than that, of people will actually go and dedicate their streaming like fanhood to that channel. So I think it's probably the same situation with this.
Sorry, I was distracted by
We're live
Byron
on a
saying
podcast
ban
right
him.
now.
I was like, ban who? And so I'm like looking at chat like, oh god, did something horrible happen?
Bookface got this. Bookface got this.
God, terrified.
Ban
As for emotes, I feel like self-promotion only goes so far. People who are hypersensitive to promotion of other streams are going to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Just like they would before this change. Some channels would have specifically in their rules. You're okay, Byron. Specifically in their rules, do not spam other people's emotes. Like, that was already a problem for some people. This might push it over for some borderline people, but personally, I have no problem with it. But there is ways to abuse it, but as long as it's not abused, I don't care. I mean, that you have those emotes because you love them. You want to support that streamer, and you should be able to spam them if you want. If you're in my channel, I'm not gonna tell you not to. You've already paid for these. Enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page. I've never had an issue with people like the only like self-promotion issues I've ever had in my chat is like Waffle said, like, hey, can you guys help me get followers on YouTube?
Right.
Person who's never been in the channel before, or you got any more of those Minion Masters
Give me those
codes? You got some of those codes, bro? Like, I've never had someone come in and just spam their own emote as a means of self-promotion. I don't see it really being an issue. I think it's cool. I like the information. And the way that I kind of look at it is if like for one, most of the time there are other streamers emotes in this channel. They're usually like community members or someone I'm friends with. They're people we all know. Or, you know, they're like, you know, Ninja or Josh OG or something. Like, if an emote is enough to, like, if someone's watching my stream and they click that emote and they go, that emote is so cool, I'd rather go watch this other streamer instead. Like, because that emo is just so awesome, I'm gonna leave this stream and go watch that one. I'm probably not being a very good streamer in that moment, so I'm not really concerned about it. I think better information all around on Twitch is cool. The more we can learn about stuff like that is great. I don't see it being a problem at all.
I don't think it's a problem either. Actually, it's kind of neat because we do see a lot of cool emotes in the channel. You meet somebody new, like you said, GH, they're gonna throw up some cool emo because, you know, like in my channel, we're kind of spamming my emo, right? And so they're gonna say, well, here's this other emo, and now I can actually see where that emote's from because there's a lot of freaking cool emotes on Twitch.
Yeah.
So you can click on it and say like, oh, this is a really cool emote. I really like this or whatever. And there's also some cool information if you click on the usernames now. You can see, you know, just quick information about the account. That's going to help moderators with bans, I think, with kind of trying to weed out trolls, because you'll see that the account was just created today or whatever, and somebody's saying some borderline stuff. You can also see how long they've been following the channel for, and you can also see information about their personal channels. So
that's fantastic.
I really love all those changes. And I really, like you said, Dice, if if it comes down to like, oh, this person has a great emote and they're live, see you later, no, Dice, it's like, see you later then, I guess. Like, I don't know. Right. I'm not going to be too butthurt about that.
I mean, I just look at it as like, apparently I'm not very entertaining right now. So
yeah, if emote literally pulled you away from the channel, then I suck at what I'm doing.
I need to go back over the last hour and figure out where I messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but cool. I like that. I like that they're changing the UI. Let me ask you guys real quick. Do you, how much responsibility do you think Twitch has to tell us about these changes? Because some of this stuff came with no update from Twitch whatsoever. It was just like especially the follow thing. Like, it was a couple days afterwards before they finally addressed it. Before we were even really told that there was a change. Clearly, you could see that there was a change, but they hadn't told us. They hadn't told us this. Do you think that Twitch has some responsibility to us as streamers to say, like, here's some changes that we're making to our UI? Or do you think that's Twitch has carte blanche to do whatever they want because it's their platform?
I think that when they make changes to the UI, Twitch breaks for like a week or two. So we all know something's happening when like text isn't changing, chat isn't showing up,
cheer
your
badges
screens are black
disappear
for like 2 hours, and like Twitch is down, internet's on fire about it. Like, everyone knows when they're making really big changes because it borks things, full borks. And as for letting us know of those changes, I think they should always be changing. And Twitch is owned by Amazon, or I believe that's how that works. So I can't say that Amazon's very transparent when they change things, so I'm not very surprised that Twitch isn't as transparent, but they're more so than Amazon.
It's very obvious though when they decide that they feel like when they feel the need to share something with streamers, because it's like we'll get all these updates right when they have cool new ways to like where you can basically streamline things like bits and new ways to have people cheer you and subscribe to you. So like anything that's attached to like money making, and granted they want to write it off like, oh hey, this is a great way for you to make money, but ultimately at the end of the day they want to make more money. So it's funny, you'll get those emails, but with something like a follow button change or something like that, they don't want anyone to worry about that. In the like what GH is saying, in the case that it probably breaks Twitch, they don't really want people to know about it ahead of time. That way they can blame it on something. So
I think with like, it seems I don't really pay attention. Like any huge changes come out, we usually get an email or something. But I get a lot of my news about Twitch from Twitter.
Yep.
And so I'm trying to remember like when these changes rolled out, because I know they tweeted about them, but I don't know like the timeline for when it actually went live. I just didn't pay attention. But I think and anytime a company gets to a certain size, especially something like Twitch, which is it's so user driven, I think the company is very, very careful what they announce and what they don't, because like there's a lot of people on the internet who gain followings through like just ridiculous outrage. And so I feel like if they were like, in 6 hours, this update goes live, we change the follow button, half of Twitter would be like, what are you thinking? This is awful. This is the worst change. I'm going to Mixer. Like everyone, like at least half the people would just like fabricate this ridiculous, stuff. And like, I think they probably just don't want to deal with it. We're going to go, oh, like you got to realize they have a whole team of developers that are constantly looking for ways to improve the platform. Like they're never going to take the website and go, it's good.
Right.
And just like leave. Like they're constantly working on stuff. So little changes like this, they'll roll it out, test it. Then when Twitter freaks out, then they'll roll it back. And I don't know. I think they, if it's anything serious, I think they should let us know. Just say, hey, we're testing this thing. But legally, I mean, they're not required to. It is their company. They can change whatever they want at any time. So it doesn't make me too upset one way or the other. But transparency is always good.
Yeah, I guess like, I mean, I'm not making my living on Twitch, but I don't know if I was. I feel like if I was, that I don't know. I would like to have some more information from the company that I'm essentially working for.
Yeah,
as a subcontractor.
I can think of one example that actually did make me really upset last year, and that's they started sending out automated emails to people that canceled subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
They started like they would send an email to anyone who canceled a sub and be like, "Hey, why'd you unsub? Subscribers are the biggest support a streamer can have." And it didn't come from streamers; it came from the website.
Right.
And once we found out those were going out, they reversed that pretty quick, because I got on Twitter and I was like, "This is awful! This is the worst thing ever!"
And you weren't the only one either.
Yeah,
Dice. Like that was a huge uproar.
Yep. That was, and because I don't want to ever guilt trip someone because they unsub. Either they unsub because they're not getting the enjoyment they used to from the channel, or maybe they can't afford it, or they just don't think I'm worth the money anymore. I don't care. I'm not gonna beg for anyone's subscription. So when I found out those were going out, that's one change they didn't inform us about.
Right.
And like 2 or 3 days later, streamers started hearing about it from community members. And we had to kind of freak out about that for a little bit. So
if I'm
I think
not wrong,
stuff like that, it would be nice to know about.
That particular case, it almost seemed like it came from the streamer, right?
Yeah,
like
it did. Yeah. It was like, hey, we noticed you unsubbed from No Dice TV. We want you to know that subscribers are the most important, support that content creators get. Like it did. It seemed like it came from my channel. And that made a lot of people really mad.
That's outrages me. Yeah. I'm feeling the outrage of 8 months ago. No Dice.
All it took was like Tim the Tap Man to be like, "Yo, this is bullshit," and they reversed it immediately. Yeah, they're like, "Okay."
That's nuts. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a while. That's absolutely crazy.
That would have been nice to know about.
Yeah. Speaking of Twitter, let's talk about the. I don't know if it was just so universally panned. I don't even know if it was outrage, but certainly the first time I saw it, I was angry. Which is It's posted in Ladders Down. I'm not sure what the best way to show you guys this is. I guess there's not really a way.
A Discord link, like to the image. It's a PNG. You could just copy paste that into the Ladders Down chat.
Sure. Where is it, GH?
It's in the Google Drive questions.
I don't have that open.
What? I put that every week.
Silly. I will start talking about it, and then you can post it in chat, GH. Doesn't it sound like a perfect plan? Essentially, this group calling itself Support Small Streamers.
No, it's just Support Streamers.
Support Streamers.
Support Streamers.
Posted a image to their Twitter account sometime last week. I think it was last Friday. With the title, "Become a partnered streamer, enjoy all these benefits for only $8.99 a month. DM us if you're interested." And it goes on to list like 10 different things that Support Streamers is going to do for this $8.99 a month. What are the benefits of being a partnered streamer? So this is obviously like buzzwords, right? Like every person who's streaming on the platform who's not a partner very likely wants to be one someday, is working towards that goal. So just calling it a Support Streamers partnered streamer is they are definitely trying to catch your attention. So what are the benefits of being a partnered streamer, you ask? Says Support Streamers. A follow from us.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to list all these off. No dice. I want a unique reaction for each one of these things.
Okay.
So a follow from us, a partnered streamer role on our Discord.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Automated announcement on our Discord when you go live on Twitch.
No way.
VIP access in the Discord.
Ooh.
Special discounts for GFX. No dice. Do you know what GFX stands for?
That stands for graphics.
It does. Special discounts on GFX. Access to host your giveaways on our official account and bring more exposure to the giveaways and followers.
Hot damn.
Direct contact with us.
What?
Direct contact with us.
We'll feature your stream on our website front page.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hold on. It is the website frontage. Just pointing that out.
Frontage.
It's not the front page. That is the frontage.
Is it? Does that
The
really say
frontage.
It really is. We'll announce the partnership on Twitter, and this will bring more exposure towards you as a partner of Support Streamers.
Yeah, buddy.
And we'll always manually retweet from @SupStreamers account when you go live.
Yay!
Wow, I bet people are going to be checking that Twitter feed like crazy. Hidden.
Is that the last one? Because I have no more ideas for
that
reactions.
was it, Dice. You did great.
Nailed it.
Good job.
That's only $8.99 a month, $9 a month for essentially retweets and a follow on Twitter and a Discord that's probably just all self promotion. I mean, I can't imagine what this Discord looks like, but
I'm sure it's
I gotta think it's just all self promotion. Now I do like it when never mind, I can't tell that joke on the podcast. Okay, so
it's rated 18 and over. You totally can.
I mean, I do like it when people do stuff manually, no dice, but
Okay.
I mean, not
All
looking for a retweet. Okay, moving on. So, Twitter rightfully panned this into the ground. It was up for less than
2 hours?
3 hours, I would say, safely less than that. It was like a very short period of time before this went away. But it's a super good lesson, I think, because if you're new streamer, this all might sound pretty good. If you don't have any viewers and you can't figure out the first few steps, you might see this and go, hey, this might be like, they're going to retweet me. They have 10,000 followers on Twitter. Like, that could be really good exposure. Like, you might legitimately see this and say, this is not too bad of a deal. Let's just, I mean, first of all, did anybody see this before it was taken down?
Mm-mm.
I did. I was at work,
like a
but
few
I did
places.
see it. I did see it.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I'm happy that it's gone, but at the same time, like, this stuff like this is everywhere. Like, this got a lot of like hype or anti-hype on Twitter because this particular account has never done anything like this before. So there's a lot of streamers following it. I actually wasn't following this page, but as some of the people who I follow were, and so the way Twitter works is I see that people are commenting on this. But there's just a lot of things like this on Twitter that don't get this kind of visibility, and I think it's important for everybody to see this and know that this is just an outright money grab. Yep. Can you guys think of anything else? I mean, certainly not this blatant. Have you guys ever seen anything this blatant?
I think this is the most like obvious thing that I've ever seen. That's just, it's so scummy.
Yeah. Well, the sad part is, and not to say that any of us is some, magnanimous, like gigantic streamer or anything, but if somebody is at 0 viewers all the time, occasionally 1 or 2 people wanders in, and they sign up for this, honestly, they would probably see a little bit of like enough of an impact to make them feel like it was worth it. Because when you're coming from nothing, even the tiniest blip feels like, oh man, this is so worth it. And they can probably get 2 or 3 months out of those people before they wise up and they're like, oh, well, yeah, this did great for me when I had 0 viewers because I got 1 or 2 people coming to my stream every once in a while when I had no one. So I feel like if anything, it's probably impacting like brand new streamers more than anybody. And unfortunately, I think, like I said, just because you don't need to get that much in order to drastically increase your percentage when you're at that point. So unfortunately, I think those are the people at the highest amount of risk for something like this.
The whole thing just kind of boggles my mind. Like I made the comparison in my Discord that if you just read it, it reads like one of the old like Nigerian prince scam emails. Like it's full of grammar and spelling errors. It explains that GFX stands for graphics. Like the whole and they blatantly use the word partnered, knowing that most people are trying to achieve partnership status on Twitch. So it's misleading. I just can't fathom. I mean, I don't know. Like, I guess, like I said, if you got younger streamers or people who are just a little bit more naive, maybe they would spend this money. But I'm glad that the Twitch community as a whole came down on it with the fury of God and shut it down. And then the memes that came out of it, like one of my favorite streamers, Benny Fitz, made a thing that was like, I'll retweet your tweets. All you got to do is make a funny tweet. And I'll do it for free, like don't spend your money on that stuff because all that's happening is the person who runs this Twitter account is just getting internet famous and he's ripping people off. So I'm glad that the Twitch community polices that kind of stuff. Like I'm glad that we're not willing to stand up for that. So
for sure, yeah, like you said, the righteous thunder of Twitter and people from Twitch on Twitter kind of took this down fast.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there, though, this account has 65,000 followers.
Cool. How many of those are other retweet bots?
That's a lot. But there's also a lot of very legitimate people trying to make it on Twitch, have a successful stream who are following this account as well.
But what happens, but what I wish people could realize is that, like, what happens when you got a bunch of desperate streamers and they're all in the same Discord together retweeting their own streams?
Right.
Nothing. Because everyone's just doing their own stream. Like, until you make connections with people like what we have here, like until you actually put effort into it, retweets don't mean anything, right? Like being in a crowded Discord full of other 0 viewer streamers is not going to suddenly create you more viewers. It's a shortcut to what they're trying to achieve, but it doesn't work.
It's just like the follow for follow scheme. It just doesn't really get anywhere unless you build meaningful relationships.
Yep.
Just to point out, I tried to go see if anybody was like being featured on their website, support-streamers.com. And my work firewall labeled this site as a malicious website, and I could not even visit it. So
nice.
I have not attempted to visit this website on my home PC, but I was firewalled out from this malicious website.
It makes me think that it might not be hosted in the States, like with all the spelling errors and like broken English that was in that post. I wonder if it's I don't know where it might be from, but that's the thing, we don't know anything about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a Twitter account and a Discord. We don't know. Like, the support streamers leader probably isn't a broadcaster. Like, it's someone just like behind the curtain somewhere that's like
trying to make $9 a month.
I'm gonna help people.
From people, yeah.
Somebody behind the frontage, if you will.
Behind the frontage.
Well, the frontage is in the front.
In the front, yeah, they're behind it.
You know, so many, and again, we might have kind of touched on this a little bit on these podcasts before, but so many of these communities, these Twitch communities, are built for precisely one person, the person who makes the community. And the whole point of the community, they can put whatever they want as the store dressing, but the whole point of a lot of these communities is to filter viewers to this person who created it. And I feel like we've gone to a lot of lengths to make sure that that's not the face that Ladders Down puts on, because we're all subject to the same rules as everybody else as far as promoting our streams, especially in the Discord, which is kind of where we are right now. And so we went to great lengths to make sure that that wasn't what Ladders Down was going to be and turn into, and it also wasn't going to be a follow for follow, lurk for lurk. Like, we made sure that that wasn't part of it either. The stream team that I'm on is run by one partnered streamer, Sir Lee, and he has made these same great lengths to make sure that TBD is not a promotional avenue for his personal stream. And I really respect, and I've talked to him about this before, which is I really respect what he's done, because so many of the stream teams turn into, this is the guy running the stream team, so it all filters up to this person. And this is just like, this screams to me like, you're right, Dice, this guy's probably not a streamer, but this in the same way is meant to filter all of this up and just make this person money on the back of a worthless product. Because what he's selling in this become a support streamers, partnered streamer, is a worthless product.
Yeah, false hope isn't worth much.
Yeah, exactly. But it sure did make me laugh, though, how quickly that got ripped apart and taken down, because it was not up for very long at all. Let's kind of switch gears a little bit here and talk about something. Yeah, I think we all have different takes on this, so this is going to be, I think, interesting to hear. How much, this is from Byron, Boom Byron, how much are you willing to share about yourself to your viewers? And just sharing a lot of information, do you think it benefits you? Does it not benefit you? And, how do you feel about this? I guess I'll start, which is that when I started streaming, it was like me and my 5 friends. So we were all using first names, and like there was nobody in chat, and we're all just like dicking around. And there came a point, probably like a month in or so, when I was getting close. I think I was finally getting up to affiliate levels, and the ball was rolling a little bit, and I made this conscious decision to, like, if you're on stream with me, my name is Fish Suit, and that's how it's going to be. And if you can't or don't want to do that, or makes you feel uncomfortable or whatever, that's fine. But like, I'm going to start taking this a little bit more seriously. And to me, taking it more seriously was not readily putting my personal information out there. That being said, there's a lot of people on my stream now who know what my name is. They know what I do for a living. They know what city I live in. Luckily, I feel lucky that I live in a larger city. Like, there's 400,000 people in this area. So, yeah. But that definitely made a difference to me to say, like, I live in Fort Myers, Florida. But there's definitely, I would never, I went out of my way to hide the actual place that I work. Like, I've posted a picture of me in a shirt from where I work, but the logo is blurred out. So, like, I feel like if somebody wants to find out who I am and where I work and where I live, they probably can. But I'm not going to make it that easy for you. Like, you will have to actually work for it if you really want that information. So that's kind of always been my thought on it, which is like, I'm not going to hide a lot about myself, but I'm also not just going to make it super available. And I tell a lot of personal stories on the stream, but that so people can know me, but not necessarily like, that super personal information. GH?
Sorry,
what,
Deadpool's just making me laugh. It's just Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool is in chat is a coworker of mine.
Are you still working at Hooters Fish?
Yeah. I actually, no dice. Have you ever seen the picture of GH working at Hooters? We should make that happen.
Oh no!
Who's our most talented Photoshop wizard? Who can do this?
Here, Dice, it's already a done deal.
Let me, very guys, hairy man with a Hooters.
No, this is an actual picture of GH. If you're not in the Ladders Down Discord, you guys, you should do it right now because I'm putting it right in the main forum. Can we get a link to the Discord? Dice, no Dice. I don't think you can actually see this picture.
I could, but it would mess up the stream. So I'll look.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
So there's a picture of Gamer Heroin working at Hooters. So okay. So that's where I land as far as giving out personal information. I just don't want to make it easy for somebody to find me if they mean something malicious, but I also want to share enough about myself to where, and that's the whole point of, that's how I feel about my stream, is just, we're just some people hanging out. So if I'm super guarded, people are going to pick up on that, and it's going to kind of, that the vibe's not going to be the same. I'm not saying that's wrong, right, or indifferent, but it's going to change what the stream is depending on how guarded I am about my personal information. So no Dice, you invite strangers into your home every year, so I feel like you kind of in a similar vein, right?
Yeah, I'm borderline reckless with it, to be honest. Probably share more of that stuff than I should. Like this big beer sign on the wall, that's from Texas T-Bone King. He brought that to DiceCon for me last year. Like there are multiple moderators and like really trusted community members that know where I live because they've been here. We've talked about this on a previous podcast, though, that my job gives me a little bit of extra security when it comes to things like swatting potential and things like that. Most people in my community know that my name's Josh. Most people know me by my first name. I have members of the community that have been there for years that just call me by my first name because like we're friends. So I'm pretty open about that stuff. I think there's two sides to the personal information spectrum. There's obviously like your name and date of birth, your social security number, your address, you know what I mean? And then there's like just real life stuff that's kind of like what's going on in your life, which some people, may not be comfortable sharing either. But I think it kind of attracts two different communities. I think I said it previously when we were talking on the other podcast too, that you should do whatever makes you feel secure and nothing more. Like, do what's right for your channel and your community. GH had a stalker one time, so I know that, she's on lockdown, obviously. I'm pretty open about that stuff, and I think that creates a more community-driven stream. Like if I was, Shroud just making sick plays all day and didn't have to connect with anybody one-on-one really, then maybe I'd share less information. But with the current viewership that I have, like we all talk about real life. I know what kind of jobs most people do. They know what I do for a living. Like I said last year, we had 10 internet friends come to my house for a weekend. So I'm open about that stuff because those connections are the kind of community that I want to have. So you have to take a little bit of risk there, but do what's right for your stream. It's not going to help or hurt. It's just going to attract different people. Like Boom Byron specifically asked, does it help or does it hurt? Well, I'm sure there are people that come into my channel out of the browse pages or something, and I'm like talking about my job or my wife or family stuff, and they're like, God, shut up, streamer man, and just play the game, and then they leave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sure that's not their flavor, and that's fine. They don't have to watch this channel. So you're gonna attract different types of reoccurring viewers depending on what you do.
Well, I'll let you go first.
I'm not super fearful of like personal information. I try not to, but it's not the end of the world. For me, anecdotal stuff that's all fine for me. Like I'm a dad streamer. My kids are always coming in, and wanting to say hi to everybody. Like it's just old hat for me. And we even have fun little streams, and a lot of times it's just kind of an organic thing. It's not something that we plan, but there will be a lot of times where the wife will just come up and sit in a chair and hang out on stream for a little bit, and we'll have the story time where we'll start bantering back and forth, and things will get mildly ridiculous, but we enjoy it, and hopefully the people hanging out enjoy it as well. But yeah, I can remember back in the day when I was desperately streaming as much as I could. I remember like straight up, my youngest son, who was probably less than a year old, was like sitting on my lap, and I'm just like sitting there trying to stream while my son's sitting on my lap. So
Exploit the children for views. Yes.
no, it wasn't even that. Believe me, it was horrible. Like this is such a train wreck.
When my kid's here, straight to partner.
Yeah, no. Well, we all say that's not true. I can be your cautionary tale. Do not exploit your children. It does not work, even if you aren't technically trying to exploit them. But yeah, I'm not super opposed to people knowing my name and stuff like that. I'm kind of in the same vein as you with that fish. Like if they want to find it out, like I don't really care. I'm not gonna just openly give it necessarily. But then, like I said, as far as anecdotal life experience type stuff, I like sharing that with people because I hope that they would feel the same, I guess comfortability in maybe sharing some of that stuff with me as well. So,
I want to be an open person. In real life, I'm a really open person. I will tell you how my last poop was generally, like if you ask me.
How was it?
It was actually pretty good. That was
successful
right podcast. But I generally don't die, Waffle.
I can't wait for EPB's hot take.
But I have to find a balance. Like generally, people that are in my life and already know all my personal information, I can just unfiltered diverge to. And my stream, I hang out with them every day. I play games with them. I talk to them. They're my friends, and I have built meaningful relationships. So keeping information from them actually like hurts me a little bit. Like not like it hurts my stream, but I feel like I'm lying and keeping information away from them, and that bothers me because I'm not that type of person in real life. But at the same time, the internet can be a scary place. Like it's very easy with even like a small amount of information to like track someone down, and they can swat you, they can threaten you, they can be really scary people if they are scary people and they have the right information. And so I try and keep my personal information for being able to find me to myself, even if that means it's hard for me. And I feel like my viewers understand. And keep in mind, once something's out there, you can't take it back. When I first started streaming, I didn't see any harm in people knowing my first name. To this day, I still have really original followers come in and be like, "Hey," I'm like, "Oh no, stop saying that!" Like, you can't take it back because that means like there's a whole new wave of people who now know. Like, there's no way to truly get rid of it.
It's Edna, you guys.
Dang it, Fish.
GH's first name is Edna.
She looks like an Edna.
FYI, guys, just so you know, you can even still technically get something to someone with a fake name, because I sent something to our friend GH and I used her last name
and gamer heroin.
I sent her her last name legit on the label was heroin. Like, she's like
what this package contains heroin?
I could not.
It was still with an E, so we're okay. But...
I still like when I got this, I'm like, how did this even get here with the wrong last name?
Yes.
Like some people are more. There's a streamer I follow. His Twitch name is literally Joshua. I don't know how long he's been around to get that username, but it's literally just his name.
Like that as well, Dice.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, for instance, Max Goldberg.
That's his name?
No, that's got to be a video game character or something.
Yeah, it's his favorite video game character.
That's the other way I see people do it. Like, they're just, like, so upfront and open that they just only try and hide their address and place of work. Like, go full, here's everything, except for the things that might cause issues.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how that works.
I just like I think about like some of the broadcasters that I've loved to watch over the years, and a lot of them are esports personalities. And when they do, you know, like Day9 is one of my favorite streamers of all time. And when he hosted the International to millions of people, he was like, "I'm your host, Sean Day9 Plot." And that's his first and last name just out there, because that's what esports personalities do. Like once you get to a certain point, you have your, you know, your tag or whatever. I think about all that stuff and I'm like, enough people do it to where, you know, I can be a little bit more lax about it. I still don't use my last name on stream or anything like that, but there's a lot of people that, you know, have never gotten swatted because they foster wholesome communities and they're very careful about everything.
Yeah.
But I'm in a situation where I'm a government employee. My first and last name is listed on the website of the town that I work. Like, so if you know my first and last name, you can find it, like, because I'm paid by taxpayers and people like to know who's getting paid. So all that stuff's listed anyway, and it's not like I can just go to the white pages and take it down, because there's a government regulated website where my stuff will be listed, unfortunately. So
that transition into something else here,
hard
Dice,
to avoid.
which I wonder, and I just on the topic which we're about to move on from, I think you nailed it. In as however much information you're revealing is the correct answer, right? Like
whatever you're comfortable with,
are comfortable with is the correct answer, and also whatever you reveal is also going to set a certain tone for your overall for your stream.
Yeah,
a certain comfort with your viewers, with the people who are watching your stream. And I've always tried to set that comfort level as friend, close friend, and sometimes that backfires. A lot of times it doesn't. So, but yeah, that was a good. It's a little. There's some nuance to, because we've talked about this before, but there was some nuance to the question, so I wanted to ask it again to you guys. But let me ask you too, how much you reveal about what you do here on Twitch to people that you work with. GH, like, I know you're making your living here on Twitch, so it's a little bit different of a question, and I'll answer first, which is that at first, that none at all. When it became more serious about it, I started to tell people about it, because I literally can't shut up about Twitch. Like, I can't not talk about it. I've spent so long cultivating and learning and doing different things that, like, it's a part of me now, really. It's like I've spent so much time on this platform. So people at my work definitely know what I do. There's only a few that I've ever tuned in and watched the stream, and those are only the few that I've ever really given the link to, because I legitimately thought like, you might like this. You might like what I'm doing. Like, we seem to get along. You might enjoy the stream. Here's the link. How much do you guys? I mean, Waffle, you're just starting a new job. Anybody know you're a streamer there? Have you talked about it with anybody?
Do you have like the Google link that's like listening through my microphone or something? Because like, so my good buddy that kind of got me the foot in the door at this place, and we carpool together, and we worked together 4 years before this, so we're already kind of good friends. I've talked to him about it in length, and his son goes to UK, and he streams some on his own page, but he actually played competitive HOTS, and actually did played for I think it was UK's like some sort of, I forget what it was called. It was something like Battle of the Dorms or something like that, or
Heroes of the Dorm.
Like that. Yeah, Heroes of the Dorm.
Their college league.
And I think that actually just got shut down too. So he's really sour on Blizzard right now. But he played competitively. So we kind of had, like, he had a knowledge of it already. So we were kind of cool about it. Well, just this is like 2 or 3 days ago. Because I realized for some reason, on the only thing we can't download anything on our computers. So the only thing that works on my PC, the only thing that I have on my PC is Internet Explorer and Edge. And we have to use Internet Explorer for all of our intercompany stuff. And it just would never load Twitch. It would like start to load, and then it was almost like, you're not allowed to do this kind of thing. Like, it would half load, but it's like, but you're not actually going to be able to watch this. So I was like, oh crap, I just can't ever, even on my breaks, do this. When I found out the Edge works, so then I've been watching it on my breaks and stuff when I can. And I was watching, hanging out with GH the other day, and my team lead came over, And she was like, what is this? I was like, it's just a friend of mine. She's like, what do you mean a friend of yours? I was like, it's a friend of mine. I don't know what you want me to tell you. She's like, so you know this person? I was like, yeah. She's like, what, do they like live around here? I was like, no, I've never met her in real life. She's like, oh, that's weird. You are weird. And I was like, whatever.
Wait, was this one of the moments where GH was talking about her latest poop?
Thank God my earphones were in. But yeah, so, and now they all make fun of me about it, like that.
Oh,
You're the nerd
no.
at work now, Waffle Cone.
I am
You're the nerd
legit
who has
like,
internet friends.
and then because we got to talking about like my just they kind of prod about it, and then I will tell them stuff, and then it just gives them more ammunition. 'Cause
fuel.
I was talking to him about my PC and stuff, and how I was so excited about it, and I'm just like total nerd, butt of all the jokes and everything now. So that's awesome. They just tell me, why don't you just? They're like, it's lunchtime. Go hang out with your internet friends. So I was like,
Yay!
so yeah, awesome stuff. But no, it is what it is. It's just the most awkward thing in the world to talk to anybody about that doesn't know what it is. Like it's such a polarizing phenomenon, which is like Twitch. Like it's so weird. It's like you either have this giant group of people that are entrenched in it and absolutely love it and know everything about it, or it's the rest of the world. It's like people coming to America and discovering the Native Americans. It's just like total culture shock for both sides.
Yeah.
No, Dice. I feel like I feel like approximately 0 people at your work know that you stream on Twitch. Is this accurate?
You're actually really wrong.
Okay.
You're actually really wrong.
Okay.
There's a difference between people who know that I do it and people who are actually interested in hearing about it. Because the thing with my job is like I'm actually one of the youngest people that work there, right? Like I work in an office of a very wide age gap. There's people there that are about to retire, and then there's people like me and a couple of years younger. I'll talk about it after I get to know somebody and it seems like they might enjoy it, or if it gets brought up directly. I had kind of a similar situation to Waffle Cone here, where we have just one computer that is hooked up to just internet so we can use Google Maps and order food and shit like that. And I was the first person ever to work for the town, apparently, that knew what Twitch was. So Twitch was unblocked. Yeah. So when I started working there and got out of training, I'd sit there with that second monitor up. I'm eating like barbecue mac and cheese for lunch. And there's an Overwatch tournament happening. And, people would come over and be like, what's this? And I was like, it's a video game. And he's like, are you watching YouTube? I was like, no, this is all live. This is happening right now. It's streaming, And they're like, well, why would you just like watch people play video games? And I'm like, no, you don't understand. They're playing for $40,000. And they're like, what? Says old lady, Susan. And I'm like, yeah, these people are about to make more than we do in an entire year if they win this game,
Oh my God.
So people ask about it, I'll talk about it. One of my, literally one of our operations managers, number 3 in the company, watches my stream. He's one of my supervisors, and he bought Stardew Valley for Switch because he watched me play it on stream. He's like, that farming game, man, that looks awesome. And now he's put 400 hours into a single Stardew file. He's completely hooked. Like him and a couple of my younger colleagues, people who there's one girl at work where her downtime thing is that she has a DS, and she recently started playing Majora's Mask, and I'm like, oh my God, you like Majora's Mask? This game's crazy. You should watch this speed run out of it that happened on Twitch. What's Twitch? Oh, girl, let me tell you. Because if you're a gamer in any aspect, you're probably something you can find that you like on Twitch. So I like everyone in my shift knows that I do it. I wear the Twitch hoodie to work every once in a while. I'd say 2 or 3 of them are actually involved with the channel or really know what it is that we do. But since then they've blocked Twitch and I can't watch it at work.
Oh no.
Guess what's still open though? I can watch Mixer.
Oh no.
Can't watch Twitch though. No, thanks.
Aw.
Thanks IP department. And I actually got back when PUBG was in its heyday. You remember when PUBG came out, everyone was like, PUBG is the coolest thing ever. And I got that same supervisor really serious into Dr. Disrespect. And every day he was watching Dr. Disrespect streams and highlights and stuff. And he's like, this guy's hilarious. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's pretty good. And so there's a few people that are really into it.
My closest coworker, still out there in chat, Deadpool, knew nothing about Twitch when I first started streaming. But, I mean, we work in super close proximity. Now, not only does she like know Twitch, she just properly used a kappa in chat. Like she completely bought in. Like
my supervisor says PogChamp. Like when something big happens, it's like there's a building on fire. He's like, poggers, man, let's go. Like it's really weird, man.
I wish I had your guys' experience.
Our buddy Geeksay, I've talked to him about this, and I don't want to tell his tales, but generally, like, he did not reveal anything about this. Very, like, minimal amount to family, and even less to people he worked with. I think he wanted to just keep those things very separate, which I respect at the same time. So
my mom's a sub. I don't.
Yeah, my mom's a long sub as well.
Fish Mom was awesome though.
Fish Mom's been on. Has your mom ever been on stream, Dice?
No, my mom does. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
GH's right at the end.
GH's mom doesn't know. I brought my mom on stream one time and then never again because we had some of the most vicious trolls I've ever seen. Unfortunately.
Oh no.
I brought her over.
I feel like the fish tank would tear someone limb from limb if they said something bad about Fish Mom.
Oh, we did. But it was it was a very dedicated troll, and they were kind of bogging the night down. My mom hasn't been back on since then. She'll come into chat and PogChamp and all that stuff, but
that's awesome.
She's been on stream in a while.
All right, let's move on to our last topic tonight. No Dice, I don't have a fancy voice changer here, but I want to talk a little bit before we end tonight about Game Void. Can we get a good Game Void from you, Dice?
Game Void.
So, I think that if you're not necessarily experiencing a game void right now that you have at least a couple of times on Twitch, where it just feels like nothing's doing well on stream, nothing is exciting for you to play, nothing is doing well as far as engaging with your viewership. And I feel definitely like the last few months, there's been a lot of people in and around Ladders Down, including some on this panel, who have felt a little bit of game void. Do we have any advice if you're feeling like nothing is really working for you right now? I'll go first in that I think that I wouldn't necessarily say game void for me right now because there's several games that I really enjoy playing. It's more about finding what works well on stream. And there's some stuff that I'm playing right now on stream that I'm still on the fence about. Like, is this actually something that I want to put a lot of effort into, or should I move on? But oftentimes I'll fall back to stuff that I have enjoyed in the past and just play just for pure fun. Like, I'm going to play this just because I know that I'll have fun playing it and I don't give a shit about any other part of it. And through that, sometimes you can sort of kickstart everything back up. You might find something that you played months ago. Like, for instance, right now I'm playing a game called Oxygen Not Included. I streamed it once, maybe twice when I first bought the game. Loved the game, but felt like I had, in order to reach the next level in the game, I was going to have to put in a lot more work, even though I really enjoyed it. And there was just so much other stuff at that moment that it kind of fell to the back burner and then off the stove completely. And I just stopped playing it altogether. And then thanks to GH, actually, I was kind of talking to her about, what was I talking to her about? No Dice?
Oh, I was cheersing Deadpool in chat.
No. I'm saying, what was I talking to Gamer Heroin about?
Poop?
Game
Ladders
Void?
Down?
Game Void.
I needed you to do the voice again, Dice. Come on, dude.
Game Void.
Thank you. And she suggested that I pick this game back up, and I've really enjoyed playing it. Like I said, this is one that I'm still kind of trying to figure out, but Dice dropping the ball. So I would suggest looking at the library, looking at stuff that maybe you didn't stream a lot, but you did enjoy, and going with that. And looking forward, you can always look forward to stuff that's coming out too. But I mean, I was hanging out with our buddy Matt Grizzly earlier today, talking about some titles that are coming out, talking about the fact that we're not really super excited about stuff that's coming out. What do you think, Waffle Cone? Game Void?
Man, Yeah, I've been there. It can be really frustrating because like for me, I don't enjoy gaming on stream the same way I enjoy gaming like just focused, like nothing's going on around me, like I'm just zoned in on my game. Two completely different gaming experiences between streaming and game, offline gaming for me. So it's tough. I've had a lot of streams where even though I was playing a game that I loved and I played a lot off stream, I was just having horrible streams, was not enjoying myself. And so I considered those kind of game voids, even though I technically had multiple games that I love. They just were not working out for the stream. Um, this is just me personally because I will have pockety streams, and when I say pockety is like I'll have these just, and I think it goes that way with anybody, but some people have at least a little bit more wavy rather than peaks and valleys. And so I like games where I can just kind of wander and just absolutely waste time and really be accomplishing nothing at all in the game, but still technically be playing and be able to talk to people. And then for those kind of like valleys where there's not a lot going on, not a lot of chat, I can then kind of like zone back in and focus in on the main mission or something like that. So I tend to like some of those more like open world games where I can kind of decide where I'm going to go and what I want to do. It tends to work out really well with that kind of rhythm, like vibe in my stream. But yeah, I as far as like actually recommending, I recommend those type of games. But if you're not that type of streamer, if that's not your type of stream, I understand that. But that can be tough. I just say just keep experimenting and don't beat a dead horse. Like if it's just not working, just move on. I mean, even if it like I've had times where I felt really committed because I was in like a story game or something like that, and I was like, I gotta finish this, and then I was like, honestly, like who's gonna care if I don't finish
Yeah.
this game? Like who's gonna be like, dang it, Waffle didn't finish that playthrough.
Yeah, if you're not enjoying it, definitely don't keep hammering at it.
I mean that's what I would recommend. I would say if it's not working, I would definitely just keep experimenting with different stuff. I wouldn't try and force a game if you feel like you're in that slump. So I don't know if any of that's helpful at all, but it's my feelings.
GH, are you in a personal game void?
Nope.
Just play RimWorld.
Yeah, well, RimWorld. It was so hard not to play RimWorld on
She
Friday.
has not played RimWorld in a while,
Monday.
actually.
I haven't played RimWorld since November, and
Yeah.
I keep thinking maybe
You quit
today. I'm like,
cold
no,
turkey,
I
huh?
need to play other games today, and because I know I won't go back to Oxygen Not Included if I don't keep at it for a little bit longer. I know that I will just stop playing Bloodborne if I don't keep coming back to it, and so like I'm trying to just like alternate right now and not just 100% RimWorld for several weeks until I am at a good pausing point. So I don't feel like I'm at a game void. I want to play like 5 games right now because Christmas just happened and I've been building up my library, and not playing RimWorld's helping me get through it. So,
No Dice, I kind of feel like you did what I did, which was go back to your old favorite. I mean, you've been streaming a lot of Stardew.
Go back to your roots, man. The Stardew Valley holds a sort of a special place for me in both my heart and my Twitch community because like when I first started, and it was just nobody at all ever. The strategies all said, find a small category and play the hell out of that category as long as you can. And so Stardew Valley took me from 0 to 5 to 6 viewers and kind of got me off the bottom of the lists. And I played hundreds of hours of Stardew Valley to do it. I had kind of a slump through summer last year, which we kind of all did. And I recently just kind of was like, man, it's been forever since we played some Stardew. And there's so much of the end game I've never seen because I jump games so much. I'm going to dedicate myself and start a 100% playthrough of Stardew Valley, and I'm just going to do it for like a week, and then we can come back to it, but I'm not making a new farm. I'm not starting anything over. We're going to try to finish this game at some point. And they've been some of the best streams that I've had in months. I've met so many new people. RS the Pillow in chat right now is a new viewer and found us in Stardew Valley. And numbers have been on the rise. Like people love Stardew. I love Stardew. So as far as a game void, I've personally felt like I've been in a game void ever since they released the announcement about Classic WoW. Because it's all I want to play is Classic WoW. Every single night I get on stream, I pretend to like whatever I'm playing because it's not Classic WoW. I've made jokes multiple times about like when Classic WoW comes out, I'm no longer variety. That's probably not true. But for at least a month or so, probably I'm gonna, basically just be streaming Classic WoW. I don't necessarily feel like I'm in a game void. But I am in that like gamer nerd scenario where it's like, I want this so bad and it's not here yet. You know what I mean? Like, can someone just put me on ice until it's out because this is what I want to play. But I'm kind of with GH. I picked up a bunch of stuff on the Christmas sales on Steam. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of Doom 2016 on the hardest difficulty before Eternal releases. I bought the second of the Tomb Raider remakes that I need to play through, Rise of the Tomb Raider. I got for like $7. I love the first one, so we're going to play that. It's a new season of Diablo 3 currently, so I'm grinding a bunch of Diablo right now. So I don't feel like I'm in a void because I've got so many of these things that I've just always played that are really fun to go back to and make them feel fresh again. The Division 2, I'm really excited for in March. I really liked the first Division. So I
like the first Division too, but I felt like I got into it too late to really for it to be really something that I was going to stream a lot.
Maybe not. The game got a lot better through its development. It was a little bit rough, vanilla Division, but as just a shooter looter, it was really fun. It was really, really good. So I'm looking forward to Division 2 to see if they learned from some of their early mistakes. And it's so much fun to play with friends. It's good. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Doom Eternal. I'm trying to think about anything else in particular, but that's just not Classic WoW. So,
I've started to. I got the setup to stream from my Switch. It's the first time I've ever streamed console stuff. So we tried some Smash Brothers on stream the other day. There's a lot of games that I'm really liking on Switch. So that's something that I'm trying to just to keep it fresh for me. Do some new kind of stuff that I haven't done, but.
I keep my Switch games to myself. That's my private game time. You know what I play on Switch most? Stardew Valley and Diablo 3.
Wait, you can play Diablo on your Switch?
Yeah,
they just ported it. It's amazing.
Full price.
It works. It works really well for a console port. It's nice.
God.
Guys, Wafflecone has a strict 11:30 bedtime tonight, which means that it's game time.
Yeah.
It's time to play our game. Now, I told you guys that this is our look back, right? This is our look back.
Oh no.
At 8 successful podcast episodes. So tonight's game is one that you're going to be very familiar with, you guys. Tonight's game is called Tag Not a Tag 2.
Oh, great.
Oh, I had better luck at this game than pretty much any other game.
Tag Not a Tag 2. This was
Not a
Gamer
Tag.
Heroine's favorite game. She said it on the last podcast. So, yeah, here we go. I think Dice won again last time. I got it. Yeah, Dice was Trivia Master last time. He was. I think Wafflecon came in second. Gamer Heroine had just a terrible performance.
Just a rough night.
Just a rough night. So, as we all know, communities were eliminated from Twitch sometime in September. And so I know after the last game we played that you guys all went and then definitely studied on every single tag that Twitch has added. Of course, you guys know that I always stream under the tag visual ASMR because that's what my stream's all about. Gamer Heroine, are you ready to play Tag Not a Tag 2?
I am ready.
Gamer Heroine, here we go.
Okay.
Birthday, Tag Not a Tag.
Tag.
That is indeed a tag. GH, 1 point.
Boom.
Waffle Cone.
Yo.
Party game. Tag not a tag.
Tag.
Waffle Cone. That is a tag. It is indeed a tag.
Good job, Waffle.
No dice.
Ooh.
No dice.
Yes.
Animal care. Tag, not a tag.
Not a tag.
That is not a tag. Congratulations. No dice.
Whew.
Not a tag. All right, tied one all around. Gamer heroine.
Okay.
Leather work. Tag, not a tag.
Tag.
That is indeed a tag.
I
You
need to
can
start streaming
stream
leather working.
Your leather working.
Wow.
Waffle cone.
Yo.
Shopping. Tag, not a tag.
Not a tag.
I'm sorry, Waffle cone. Shopping is in fact a tag.
I'm out. Nope. I will
What?
not support this
I
medium
take it-
any longer.
I take it back. I actually have used that tag before.
What?
I sat on Amazon and bought cards. I bought decks of cards.
Oh.
No dice. Dice. Tag, not a tag.
Ooh. Oh. I'm gonna say tag.
It is a tag, and I feel like you need to tag your stream as dice every single time from here on out.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna do it. Can I get in trouble for misusing tags?
No dice. My stream has been tagged visual ASMR for 3 months.
Okay, I'm gonna use the dice tag. I feel like all these angry D&D streamers are gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Because if cards is cards a tag, because I feel like that would fit
There's
a
a
little
lot
bit
of
better.
different cards. Unfortunately, we're kind of out of. This will probably be the last time we can actually play this game because all the other ones are kind of super obvious. There's a lot of like poker tags, so like Omaha, Texas Hold'em, 5 cards. Like it's there's so many different.
I'm gonna
dice
use
tags.
all of them, even though I
You
don't
100%
play
should.
poker at all.
You totally should.
It's
Gamer heroine,
thematic.
cardio, tag, not a tag.
Tag.
I'm sorry, GH, that is not a
Dang
tag.
it. I was bound to
Not a
get one
tag.
wrong eventually.
Oh, after the first round, it was 2-2 and 2-2 for GH and No Dice, and then Waffle Cone had 1. Waffle Cone. Practice. Tag, not a tag.
Wait. We talk about practice?
We're not
Playoffs?
talking about the game. We're talking about practice.
Not a tag.
I'm sorry,
a
Waffle Cone.
tag.
Practice is indeed a tag.
I knew it.
No extra points.
Oh,
Oh.
spiritual point.
What the hell
I
is
goes
Twitch
point.
anymore? What is Twitch?
Ghost point.
I'm going to Mixer. Screw this garbage.
You could be our ambassador for Ladders Down.
yeah, I'll be the ambassador.
No dice. Shoutcasting. Tag, not a tag.
Tag?
I'm sorry, shoutcasting is
It's
not,
not?
a tag.
That's really surprising.
It might be something else within the same universe as shoutcasting, but shoutcasting itself is not a tag. All right, this is our final round. We do have some tiebreakers.
What's the
though.
score?
It is
2-2-2?
still 2-2-1,
Oh,
and nobody
Sorry,
got that
Waffle.
last one correct. Gamer heroine. Engineering. Tag, not a tag.
tag.
Engineering is indeed a tag. Gamer heroine. It takes the lead with 3 points.
You can only use it if you're playing Kerbal Space Program.
I feel like actually not included could get it too. Like it gets a little complicated.
Waffle Cone.
Factorio.
For pride. For pride, Waffle
I
Cone.
have none of that. What are you talking about?
Tattooing. Tag, not a tag.
Tag.
It is indeed a tag. No Dice TV
Wow.
trying to take it into overtime. No Dice TV. Manga. Tag, not a tag.
Not a tag.
Not
Tag.
a tag. That is correct. It is not a tag.
What?
Manga,
I could-
not a
Is
tag.
manga art a tag? Because I kind of feel like there is totally under the art category a manga. I would like to. I'd
is
like to
reaching out with
challenge
a
that.
petition for
She's
the
throwing the
judges.
red flag.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
challenging the call.
I accept all challenges. Let's head over to.
I mean, it's
my
not even for my
personal
point, but I feel like
dashboard.
it's a tag.
Let's head over to my personal
I'm very
dashboard.
convinced.
Just don't screw up visual
No
ASMR.
results found. Manga is not a tag.
I've seen it.
Maybe it
Fan art,
was.
pixel art, traditional art, vector art, nail art, fan art.
GH, it's possible it was a community
No.
and it no longer exists.
Maybe it was just their stream title.
No.
I think you, GH, actually.
All right, Gamer Heron, if you can prove that manga is a tag,
Or
No,
was a
I
tag.
will retroactively.
I think
give you the
GH
win.
saw this on the frontage of the support streamers website. She definitely saw this on the frontage. That's not legitimate information.
Shot right on the frontage.
Right on the front.
All right, this is the tiebreaker round. We'll keep doing these until somebody wins. Gamer Heroin, farming, tag, not a tag.
Tag.
It is a tag, yes, indeed.
I'm putting that on my Stardew streams.
No Dice TV, improv comedy, tag, not a tag.
Tag.
It is a tag, yes, indeed. Gamer Heroin. This is tense, you guys.
I am
This is
determined.
tense. Gamer Heroin. News, tag, not a tag.
Did you say nudes?
I was about to make the same joke. too.
No waffle cone,
N-E-W-S.
Nudes. N-E-W-S. News.
Tag.
News is indeed a tag. No dice. I know it's close here. No dice. Accounting. Tag, not a tag.
Oh, anime is a tag.
Not a tag.
Accounting, not a tag.
Thank
You guys are just too good at this. You're too good.
It's almost Waffle's bedtime. We need to lose.
I know it
someone needs
is.
to
I
lose.
know it is.
I believe me, I'm having so much fun.
Anime is a tag though, not manga.
Not mine.
I-
Yeah, well, there you go.
Anime is though. So that's
Guys,
why.
I have terrible news. I'm out of tag, not a tags. It's tied 5-5. And in the spirit of our ladders down tiebreakers, we're going to need a game of rock, paper, scissors. It's 1, 2, 3, and then shoot. No dice.
We're calling it.
Gamer Heroin for GH's first win.
You gotta count.
Ready?
You gotta count it, Fish.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
No!
Got him! Oh!
Is the winner. As is tradition, at the end of the Ladders Down podcast, No Dice has won my devious little game. Thank you guys so much, everybody, for tuning in today. We appreciate all your support. Keep pumping out those Ladders Down posts on the Discord. Keep talking about it on your streams. Word of mouth is the best advertising. I've had several people contact me and say, Fish, what can I do to help? And I say, bring in other people who have the same ideas that we do, and let's create a nice big community of people who support each other. We're about to go toss the host, and make sure when we do toss out that host that you post all of these wonderful Ladders Down emotes that you have for everybody who you are subscribed to in this awesome community. So let's toss out a host to somebody, and much love, guys. As always, my name is Fish Soup. You can catch me here on Twitch or on Twitter.
My name is Gamer Heroin, also known as GH. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
This guy is Wafflecone on Twitch, also on farmersonlystreaming.tv/Wafflecone.
And I am No Dice TV. Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Good night, everybody. Get ready for the raid.
Let's get ready.
Time to raid. Time to raid.